Welcome back, guys, to Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, last episode, heading into Sunfall's courtyard, we witnessed the handing out of bounties to outsiders delivered by Bahavas at the supposed behest of his puppet child Sun King, Itamen, as Aloy was contacted by Vanasha, who asked us to save the bounty target. Leaving Sunfall for now, we met up with Vanasha to take on Traitor's bounty, finding Ufid and joining up with him to defend against the siege of multiple hunting parties, culminating in Bahavas' death, as Vanasha asked us to perform another task, the extraction of Itamen and his mother from the Shadow Carja's hold. Do you actually have 3 toes? You have a bad arm.
You're Three-Toe Huadiv, right? Vanasha sent me. What happened?
I got hornswoggled, that's what. Vanasha batted her lashes, wiggled her hips, and promised us treasure. Clear a path for the royals, she said. Sneak past the garrison and skewer a few watches. Hardly a bother. Little did we know there was a damned monstrosity lurking underground. When will I learn not to gawk at skinny girls?
Why do you think Vanasha swindled you?
My crew came to Sunfall because we heard the bounties were fat. She offered us the fattest one of all, enough to retire on. It's my own damned fault for taking the bait. Should have known I'd end up with a rupture in my useful parts.
So Vanasha needed safe passage for Nasadi and Itamen, but it didn't work out?
She made it sound so sweet and easy. Find the best path to the lake, make sure it's safe. What could go wrong? Turns out, a lot. Like bloody murder in the grinding jaws of a heinous death beast.
Something attacked you from underground.
Oh, you picked that up, did you? I wondered why the Shadow Carja didn't pay attention to the pass. Well, they don't need to. A rock-eating demon guards it for them. It tunnels in the dirt, breaks through the earth, and blasts rocks from its stinking face. I barely escaped. My comrades weren't so lucky. I might shed a tear if they weren't all cutthroats and cheaters.
A rock breaker, then.
Vanasha will be here soon with Nasadi and Itamen. I've got to destroy that thing in the pass before they arrive.
You're not too bright, are you? Well, we didn't last long against it, but I'll tell you what I know. It has armor everywhere, a little less at the rear. And when it goes underground, it will lose track of you if you're quiet. You might even be able to keep it from going under altogether if you hit its big crooked arms hard enough. That's all I can offer, friend. I promise to look solemn at your funeral before I hit the bar.
I'm glad someone actually gave me a little bit of info about how to actually take one down in a nice way. I'm not sure. In a nice way is probably the way to say it, though. So it's below me here, is it?
Looks like we're introduced.
Hello? Oh, did the bombs not go underground with it? To not be able to hit me very well from here. Oh, never mind. Alright, I got rid of one of its arms. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Of course, I can't be hit by it burrowing under me. That's not enough hitting its arms. It's retreating to range. Oh, shoot! That was a good range for it, then. I guess I really haven't hit his hands enough. Okay, I've hit it now. I don't think I can go underground anymore. Well, that was a nicer way to deal with it, I guess. Still took a lot of damage, but I didn't drop below 3. To be honest, I had the high ground. And with the little hints and tips,
Brought a cart.
they really worked for me, didn't they? I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what that guy did. He basically just gave me every answer I need. Oh no, I've got no greens left. They're all blues now. Okay, which ones do I get rid of and which ones do I keep? See, wait a second. See, that's 24% fire resist, but this is 23, 7% resist range, and 8% resist freeze. That's crap compared to that. All these that are actually just straight up worse. Trying to get rid of a few. My goodness, I've got so many tear ones. At 29% and 8% damage, it's probably worse, yeah. Spear damage coils, I've got a few of them. Haven't found a spear to put that kind of thing on yet. So many handling coils, but equally these are handling coils with plus damage. They have a secondary stat, which might make them a bit better. Well, that's 10 slots. I think we should be fine with that. Mission complete. And a short one at that. So just to climb back up again. If I'm right in saying one of these things were... Don't sit on the boxes.
By the radiant sun, I can't believe it. I thought that evil rock chewer would grind you up. After that miracle, all we can do is wait. Vanasha will be here soon, along with a boat that'll take the royals across the lake.
Uh-oh.
Ah, little huntress. Glad you accepted my invitation to play bodyguard. Where are your men, Huadiv? It looks like something chewed you up and spat you out.
That's pretty much exactly what happened.
The way is clear. Can we go?
I like how you always cut to the chase. In this case, literally. It won't be long before you're followed. Don't be afraid, Your Radiance. We've got excellent protection.
Those abs.
Oh dear. Here come the Shadow Carja, and they're very angry with me.
I'll hold them off.
Very noble of you, but when I start a fuss, I like to finish it. Not that your assistant isn't welcome. Huadiv, get Itamen and his mother to the shore. Carefully. So it comes to this. I must say, after 2 years under the heel of these zealots, I'm ready to extract a little blood.
Hello? Where are they coming from?
Some traps would be nice.
I mean, I was already ahead of you. I hope you like humming noises.
Are you sure you don't have any traps, little huntress?
My god, you really want me to place some traps? That good enough? Which rock? Hum.
Here they are. Let's make it hurt, shall we? Damn, just missed.
Tell me about your misses. Tell me about your hits. Did all my bombs go away?
But I suspect we're not done.
In the time I was being ordered about.
Get ready.
Goodness me.
This is gonna sting a little. Bravo! I don't miss often.
Say, what's the use of those traps at this rate? Oh, dodge roll.
Well now, seems I worked up a bit of a sweat.
Remember, this is nice and easy. Where'd this corpse go? Oh, I guess it must be one of Thingy's friends. Wait, are we done? Was that it?
I don't want to jinx it, but we might be in the clear. A bit late, aren't we, gentlemen?
Sorry, ma'am. The boat's waiting.
Damn, I spoke too soon.
This one's mine. Get to the boat.
You know, this time I think I might be out of my league. If anything happens to her, I will be very cross.
We're not going anywhere.
Guys, you don't have to go in. It's actually better if you stay back. No?
You're going down.
I got rid of them. I don't even know if this ups the power of this move. It's just hoping it does. I'll stay at range, thanks. He's staying at range too. A corrupted Thunderjaw? That's a bit heavy duty now. Mission accomplished, I guess. Don't know if any of the Carja soldiers lived. Guess it's neither here nor there. Seem more like... yeah. Mr. Three-Toads, guys. Where are our Carja friends? Oh well, I guess better not to think about it. Sure, they just went off and had a good time. Thanks for the money, buddy. There they are. Well, there's one of them.
Keep that for later.
Maybe one survivor. Maybe one of them's already just made it back down here.
Not exactly a royal barge, is it? Oh well, defectors can't be choosers. Let's get aboard, shall we? You've done a good thing. Maybe even ended a war.
Maybe. But my war just keeps going.
Itamen, my brother, welcome home. You have nothing to fear. You are now under the protection of the Sundom. My protection. As is your mother, she will not be harmed. You have my word, the law of the sun. Aloy, it seems I see your influence everywhere. You've done so much for the Sundom, and it will always be appreciated. You have my thanks. May you walk in the light.
Appalling. I spent 2 years in the Forbidden West setting this up, and the redhead gets all the credit?
I'm still getting paid, right?
You'll be lucky if I let you live. I couldn't have done this without you. When we meet again, I'll give you a proper thanks. I promise.
Buy what you need, leave the rest.
Stop Derval without breaking a sweat.
You'll like what I have for sale, I promise.
Look what I found! Well, that completed side quest looked like a really big ending point, but it's, you know,
Shadow have been proven baseless.
basically the end of a war. A big thing to do, and I'm very nearly level 50.
Now leads the hunter's
A
lodge.
book?
What's next? A woman
The History of Sunfall. Have we not read this one before? Or have we? I don't even know. The History of Sunfall. After the vanishing of the Radiant Huadiv and his cohort in the west, the Radiant Bassadid ordered a mighty fortress built at the Sundom's farthest reaches. His luminance chose to build atop ancient ruins. Reasoning the ancients must have seized upon the location for a strategic value. Of the ancients, their works of too smooth grey stone and strangely carved metal were collapsed or built over, and the catacombs sealed off. Only the stone ring, perhaps used for some unknowable ritual, was left in place to serve the garrison as a training ground. Even though its builders and soldiers lived in fear of the land where the sun goes at night, the finished walls of the fortress were mighty and unshakable. His luminance and his high priest, the irrefutable Pashaman, named it Sunfall under the blazing eye of the sun. By the light it was good. Feel like I must have read this one, but I don't know. None doubted the Radiant Bassadid's presence, nor denied his lingering hope that his brother might one day be sighted again. But no great threat would come from the west in his lifetime, nor did it come for the next 3 generations. The records show the men of Sunfall fought many bandits and scoundrels skulking in the Rustwash and a dangerous stampede of behemoths in the Long Burn. In time, Sunfall slipped from common memory until the 6th year of the 11th Sun King's reign, when the Radiant Marzid himself came to inspect it. In desert heat, his luminance received a vision of an ornate citadel with a dome of metal so polished it would greet the dawn and catch the rays of the sun's lash shining at dusk. At once, he ordered the dedication of the Sundom's resources to building the structure. After its construction, his luminance took the citadel as his summer palace, bringing with him many members of the Sun Court, nobles and artisans. In time, Sunfall became a city unto itself, and the source of great works such as Passion of the Tallneck among the dunes, turning seasons at Bronze Flash, and Lament for Cinnabar Sands. I could say Cinnabar Island then. The stone training ring was repurposed for shows of pageantry, where young blazons of the Hunter's Lodge Hawks could display the sun's dominance over the machines. Sunfall's prominence in the culture of the Sundom continued for many years until the Sun King Marzid's untimely demise in the citadel he so treasured. For his procession back to the Elite, a line of torches was laid all the way across the Daybrink, so that over the days and nights of his bearing he might always go in light. The Party King's brother, the Radiant Hivaz, was occupied wholly with renewing the soldiery of the Sundom. With the old Sun King's passing, so too passed this chapter in Sunfall's history. In the early years of the 13th Sun King Jalan's reign, before the falling of his shadow, a particularly harsh season came upon the Sandwhisper Valley. On hearing that the storms could strip the very detailing off armor, he decreed that the strongest among his guards should be trained in the desert here, named Kestrels. Indeed, Helis, who would become the most infamous of the Kestrels, was one of the first to survive his reforging by sun and sand here. In the 15th year of Sun King Jalan's reign, when the sacrifices in the Sun Ring were judged insufficient to calm the derangement of the machines, he presided over the blooding of the ring at Sunfall. A trapped behemoth was driven with spears and spurred over slaves of the Osram Unutaru. When the beast turned upon the Kestrels, the Sun King stood and declared that the sun in its great generosity would accept the sacrifice of faithless and faithful alike. So began a fearful era for Sunfall, of sacrifices unending in its Sun Ring. And the citadel whispered of it as a place where no light shone. Many upstanding citizens of the Sundom were taken inside its doors to disappear as surely as if they had journeyed to the Forbidden West. In the last days of Sun King Jiran's reign, Sunfall was in the charge of his Kestrels and High Priest, no longer answering to the Sundom as a whole. It was no surprise then that following the liberation of Meridian, Jiran's loyalists sought refuge at Sunfall. As a fortress, it was impregnable. Cut off from the bounteous lands across the Daybrink, it was a city impoverished. So stood the stalemate in the first year of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad, and so stood Sunfall. Once built to protect the Sundom from the shadow of the West, it now sheltered a worse shadow, the false Carja who dwelt within. Yes, we hear so much of the West.
The longer this split...
It's almost like one day in the not-too-distant future we might go there. Right! I might knock these out now on the way back. After big quest line after quest line after quest line. Defeating the last corrupted zone might be a good distraction before we actually properly return to the main quest, he said. But to be honest, those side quests actually felt main quest-ish, didn't they? They had big ramifications to the area. So what are we looking at in terms of corrupted zone here? What's in it? That's of course going to be problematic. know if I'm actually knocking anything off these guys at this point.
Back to your business.
Fighting these into the rocks doesn't seem like a bad idea. Except for when they decide to turn on us. That should take out some of these components.
Out already?
Don't worry, I've got loads more blaze where that come from. And I got blaze. Limping. Might have been a bit too close to that one. See nothing. Nothing happened to your friend.
That'll help.
It will help. Took out his middle bit. He ran off that away. Oh no, he's coming back. Like I blew off the other side. Why not critical you? Disappointing to hear. Want to amplify the amount of damage I can do here. Maybe strong against it. Well, that's why I'll take my sweet time. To knock you down to a state that I can easily destroy. That's level 50. And we keep on leveling. Okay. Well, that used a lot of resources, to be honest. To be honest, I've got loads of those resources to replace it with, so we're all good. That's probably our last scripted zone. Which means that's our last Badoo figurine. Let's go. Looking good.
Damn dust.
But another skill. So do I go for fast reload during this point? I mean, it gets it ups the damage we can overall do. Got one tree completely free. Done. Sorted. Question is, how do I go and get up to this Banuk figure? Have a look-see. Looks like I probably just need to be the opposite side of this mountain range. So climbing here is dumb.
Easy, easy.
In fact, it's very hard to do. Scrabble. Well on our way. Well, look at it, we can climb here. Are there handholds? No. No. Means we've got to start somewhere further on. Here? Or here? One of the two. Okay, not from there. I definitely don't want to go sliding. Just finding the way up. That's my issue. I can see a rope that leads from point A to point B. The thing is probably up there, right? Or is it up here? It's just finding the entry. Wait a second. That's the entry? That is the entry. Well, that's a beautiful view. Also dangerous. This might be the scariest structure to have climbed up. Oh yeah, definitely. When you consider this jump as well. I would question the stability of everything. By the look of things. Phew. Mission complete. Rock slide happens now. The guy who painted all this, though. That's a pretty big task. There's still some more to go. Ugh.
Another Banuk figurine.
The Vision. One more collectible left. Tektuk, falsely accused, exiled, starving and cold, I faltered. This I confess. As the death chill overcame me, I lost will and purpose and felt the bottomless callousness of fate. But then a vision. I saw in my mind's eye an endless white plain with only a single figure waiting. It was you, and I knew in death, if not in life, I would see you again. When the chills faded, I rose with new hope. I paid my mark here for you in anticipation of our meeting and leave you this offering. Though it will never touch the warmth of your hands.